Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, October the 27th, 2023. Friday, October the 27th. Well, look, I'm going to start with the debate that we were talking about. We were all wondering, questioning who was at the meeting with Carly and the five families. Oh my, I found it on YouTube. No, Jason did not show up at the end at all. Nada. Yes, Brando was there, but remember at that time, Brando worked for Cyrus. Wow, I forgot about that. So it was Frank by Carly's side inside of that meeting. It was Frank, the bodyguard. And I tell you, those scenes are in the description of this video. There's 4 different clips. I fast forwarded the Nina and Mike in Nixon Falls because they were sprinkled in too. But Carly, Carly, Carly. I liked her even more after I saw it again. That's the Carly oh, she handled Cyrus like a fine tooth comb. Cyrus was actually not a part. He did not have a seat at the table. He was trying to come in and usurp Sonny's seat. And Carly came, remember I said Carly, he was standing by the seat, kind of had his hand like he was going to sit down. Carly says, she walked in and he goes, Mrs. Corinthos was not invited. And she says, an oversight, I'm sure. And she walked over to the head of that Sonny seat, kind of not squeezed in, but got in between Cyrus and the seat and sat in it. And he looked at her and he went, you guys got to watch it, right? So finally she says, now, Mr. Renault can have a seat down over there. He could stay. And he looked, he goes, I will not answer. And the other, I think it was Selena Wu or one of the other 5 family members said, have a seat, Mr. Renault. I think it was Selena. Take a seat. And he sat down. Oh, oh my goodness, you guys got to watch it. So after the daily recap, go back to the video, click on the description, and you'll see the links because it's in 4 different parts. And for a quick snippet, ABC, there is a short, an official short from ABC that I have in my General Hospital official clips on the daily recap page. So if you go to my what is it called? It is called, what is my channel called? I think it's Daily Recaps, GH Daily Recap / Young YNR channel. Go there and you will see the official video clips, a clip that ABC put out. But I tell you, the ones that are on the link, crystal clear, sound crystal clear. I don't know how this person was able to, get it that clear, but excellent, excellent. So I had to start there. So yes, no Jason, not even at the end. And after everybody left, she asked Frank to wait outside, give her a minute. And she just sat there. She had her coat on at this time. And she was just like, oh my God. Because she was scared, but she didn't show it. After it was done, she was like, she did what she had to do. And boy, did she do it well. So anyway, I had to start with that because that was a good flashback to me. Really good flashback. Maurice Bernard's a handsome young guy. Oh, yes. They're getting ready to start to write some kind of storyline for him because now he mentioned his parents, because he's a straight A student, and his parents are making sure he overachieves. He does what they want. and he has to be the best at it because he and Jocelyn have been studying for hours. And she he says, because he's telling her, you got to get it. She hand writes these notes and he's quizzing her. And he goes, how are your parents going to handle it if like, don't do well on the quiz? Or they're like, they're going to handle it just fine. Because she's saying she doesn't know what school she wants to go to. Look, Joss ain't leaving Dex, but look, we talking years from now. By the time she's ready to finish general PCU, she and Dex ain't even gonna be together. We know this is soap opera land, right? So he goes, no, it has to be either Harvard, Stanford. Oh, she's naming all the top notch ones. John Hoskins, and because his parents, she goes, oh, mine are fine with whatever I choose to do. She goes, if I don't choose to be a doctor, they're going to be fine because they want me to do what I want to do. And so he goes, well, that must be nice. And she looked at him like, don't everybody's parents? Well, she know don't everybody's parents want them to do what they want to do. But you know what? When you look at her circle of friends, that is true. Trina's doing what she wants to do, and that's art. Cameron is doing what he wants to do. That's soccer and off at Stanford. And whatever, there's no prerequisites as to what they're making them be. And Spencer's just being I ain't doing nothing Cassadine. Entitled and ain't thinking about what he want to do. So in Jocelyn's circle, their parents are cool with them doing what they want to do. But that, trust me, and look, Adam, no, that's not everybody's circle. Sometimes there's a lot of pressure put on them. So now I did kind of watch a little couple scenes with Spin and Liz. They get that natural tree sap out for pancakes in the morning. I'm thinking, oh, goodness gracious, not me. And Elizabeth was the one that hit the vein on the first try. Finn couldn't hit the vein 10 times, but they had enough. Elizabeth had enough for their pancakes the next morning. They were cute, went back to quaint little cabin and they're kissing, and they were going to start dinner, but I think they're going to start something in the bed and then go back to dinner. But it was a cute scene. I was kind of happy to see that. Now, Cyrus, of course, well, actually, though, he did not know Trina was filling in for Ava. He was actually coming to see Ava, which is interesting. Cyrus is sure making his way around everywhere, isn't he? Right? But he saw Trina. And she heard somebody come in. So she goes, who's there? And he came stepping in, and she was like, what are you doing? And he goes, I was here to see Miss Jerome. And, I had no idea you would be here, Miss Robinson. And she's like, well, now that you know I'm here, get out. Get out. I mean, Trina held her own. She was not having it. And of course, see, you tell Cyrus to get out and leave you alone. He can't do that. Oh no, now he got to tell you about how he found God, and he's asking for redemption, and he's asking for forgiveness. And she's like, I will never forgive you. You were going to kill me and my mother. No. And he goes, I am a change. She goes, I don't care. Get out. And she's yelling and pointing. And Spencer could hear her yelling. And he goes, Trina. And he comes running in and he sees Cyrus. He didn't know that Cyrus was out. And he comes and he sees him. And he kind of looks at Trina to make sure she's okay. And he goes, Cyrus, you're out. And he goes, I would prefer Uncle. He called him Cyrus in jail. Why would he change that? Cyrus. And so he's like, I protected you. And Jenny went on and Spencer said, yeah, that's right, you did. But don't think I haven't forgotten what you did to Trina and her mother. That's unforgivable. And so Cyrus is like, but I back to this. And so Trina is like, oh my God. And so Spencer then walks over next to Trina. And Trina's like, he came to General Hospital harassing my mother too. She's going to get a restraining order. And so Cyrus looks on the desk. Oh, the turtle doves. See, if Spencer hadn't told Trina who they were from, she would have been shocked, right? You gave them to her. I gave these to Spencer for you. And the son of a gun actually was reaching for it. Let's see, what he was going to do is pick it up. And then he's going to talk about the meaning. And then he was going to make Trina put her hand out to get them from him. That was a little psychological thing. There's no reason he even should have reached for it. And she beat him to the punch and grabbed it and said, no, get out. And he goes, Spencer, I hope you kept yours. And he goes, I did. And then he goes, but you know what? It's time for you to leave. And so Spencer goes over to him and puts his hand on his back, and is kind of helping him to the door, not pushing him, but no, she's asked you to leave more than once. It's time for you to leave. And he goes, I will. And he turned and she goes, just get out. See, he still got to say something. He still, no. Mm-mm. So then, she was, of course, was shaken, and Spencer gives her some water, and he goes, I'll make sure he doesn't come near you again. And I'm thinking, Spencer, you ain't got that kind of clout. But Portia is getting a restraining order. And Cyrus doesn't want to violate any kind of official orders anywhere, right? He doesn't. So Laura is talking to Alexis, and Esme's trying to eavesdrop at the door. Oh, she's trying to hear everything she could hear, right? And they were talking, and Laura's finally come to the realization Nicholas doesn't want to be found. She says, he just doesn't want to be found, and there's nothing that can be done about it. And she thanked her for giving Esme the job, and Alexis is like, she's doing a good job. And for the first time, Esme, they had her dressed decently. Thank goodness, right? She goes, matter of fact, she caught a mistake of mine that would have cost me. And Esme kind of smiled because Esme was standing there at that time. And Esme goes, just doing my job. So she, walks out, but listening at the door. And so it was just pretty much nothing talk between Laura and Alexis, just about Nicholas getting it. And so Esme comes in and says, excuse me, Miss Davis, or does she call her Alexis? You have a conference call in 15 minutes. I want to remind you. Unless you want me to, reschedule it. And Laura's like, no, not on my account. I'm leaving right now. Esme, I will see you at home tonight. And she says, you know what? And in the morning, perhaps we'll just have a family breakfast. How does that sound? And she goes, okay. And so, she leaves. And Esme says, Miss Davis, I know you got this important, teleconference or conference call, but can I ask you a quick question? And Alexa says, yeah, a brief one. As she's stacking folders and everything, she goes, can I have a raise? Alexis looks at her and says, wait, what? Why do you need a raise? And she said, because it's crowded. Now that Laura and Kevin are back, it's crowded there, and so I would like to get a place of my own. And Alexis says, Esme, what's really the reason? And she goes, no, what's really the reason? And she goes, because I'm starting to have feelings for Spencer. Isn't that what Trina told Spencer? Isn't that what anybody would tell Spencer? See, Esme want to move out because she don't want Laura to see it and Kevin to see it, right? And in her mind, Spencer just might follow because he's want to be wherever Ace is. So look, there's another plan there in place for that Esme has. So TJ goes into check on Mason, and Mason is bitter. I need more drugs. I'm in pain, and he goes, well, you were just given some pain meds not too long ago. You're not due for it. I don't care. Shut up. You just get me what I want. He goes, no, we don't overdose people here. I want another doctor. He goes, that's fine. Any other doctor's going to do the same. Look at that chart and tell you the same thing. And TJ's getting ready to put his gloves on. And so TJ's kind of spouting off because of blah, blah, blah. He goes, you know what? You talk too much. I told you to shut up. You talk too much now and you talked too much then. And TJ said, what did you say? And now as Mason is being Mason, it's clicking in TJ's brain. And he goes, I didn't say nothing. It's the medication and the pain talking. He goes, no, I heard what you said. Get me another doctor, get out. So TJ throws his gloves on the little thing and takes his tablet and walks out. And as he steps out the room, it hit him who Mason was. So he immediately goes to see Jordan. And he says, I know who he is. It is him. That's his voice. He was the one of the men that held me captive for days, but he was in charge of them. And so she goes, oh. He goes, I want to press charges now. And Jordan says, you can't. And he goes, TJ. And he goes, what do you mean I can't? She goes, were you blindfolded? He goes, yes. He goes, did you ever see Mason? He said, no. He says, so it's circumstantial. And if he says it wasn't him, the only corroborating evidence is you feel it's his voice. That's not enough to get a conviction, TJ. But him going up for attempted murder of Ava Jerome and Dex Heller, that's a strong case. So he may not be punished for what he did to you, but he's going to be punished. And you don't want to throw he says, remember, Cyrus Renault had you abducted to get back at me. And she said, did everything but say, and Cyrus is free now. We don't need you to be back in his crosshairs. She didn't say that, but it was implied. Oh, he was so mad. He leaves out of there and he goes back to the hospital. And Austin had been and visited Mason. And Mason had told him earlier, I'm telling the police you were my accomplice the whole time. And Austin is like, why would you do that? How's that going to benefit anything? Mason, you're going to jail. How would you now implicating me make it any better? He says, he says it won't. But if I'm sitting in a jail cell, I want you with your high and mighty medical degree sitting right next to me in the jail cell. And Austin said, you would do that to Fanny? He goes, to you? Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, with pleasure. So Austin leaves the room, and I thought, Austin's gonna kill him. That's what I thought. I said, oh no, Austin's gonna kill him, right? So Austin comes back in the room, and he said, Mason, we are family. I'm asking you not to implicate me. He goes, and I'm telling you with pleasure. I'm telling them everything and how you were involved in all of it. And so Austin says, okay. So he goes over and he gets some gloves, plastic gloves, puts them on. And Mason's looking like, what's he think he doing? So Austin then goes over, there's a pillow and a blanket in the chair next to Mason's bed, as if anybody would be coming to visit him sleeping in that chair. So he picks up the pillow and Austin looks at him. He says, you don't have the guts. And now we see TJ coming up. And the guard is still outside of the room. And TJ's just looking through the slats because Austin dimmed them, but he didn't close them all the way. Mistake, Austin. TJ looks between the slats and there's Mason's legs and Austin is just smothering him with the pillow. Oh my goodness. And it's left there. My whole thing is, I think TJ is going to let it happen. Right? I don't think TJ will run in and try to save Mason. He knows that's Austin's cousin. Look, that's family business. You know, come on, who gets involved in family business? So I think TJ's gonna let it slide. He's not even going to do anything. Austin might see TJ outside the door, but TJ, I think, will help cover it up. I think TJ's gonna definitely let Austin know that your cousin was the one that helped me hostage, and I didn't see nothing. If he's there when Austin comes out, TJ's not gonna turn him in. Now I hope he doesn't run in and do the doctor thing and try to save him, because now you're getting Austin in trouble. Who is a doctor, right? So anyway, that was pretty cool. I'm hoping this is Mason's end, because I do believe Cyrus threatened to kill him. A slow and painful death. So we shall see. We shall see. Let's go to comment corner. Comment corner. Okay. I'm going to turn on my trusty dusty timer. And let's see how many of these recaps can we get to. Let's see, timer, stopwatch. Here we go. All right, Coretta says, I don't think Harmony is warning Willow against Nina. I feel once the truth comes out, Willow won't hate Nina forever. No, she won't. She will eventually forgive her. Not for sure about Michael, though. Michael, no. Willow, by the end of next summer, will. That's the way soap operas work. Because watch, Wiley or the baby's going to need a transplant. Nina's going to be a match. Something's going to happen. And Linda says, I heard a little bird say it's possible that Blaze is Lila Ray, Alcazar's daughter, with Sky. Remember, Luke used to call Sky Blaze. What if Alcazar is Pikeman? That is possible if they're bringing Alcazar back. I want Blaze to only be friends with Christy because of the possibility of Blaze being Alcazar's daughter and part of Pikeman. Blaze is not part of Pikeman. She could be Alcazar's daughter, but she's still not a part of it. Blaze has had an actual career, pop star. That has nothing to do with Pikeman. She's a bona fide pop artist, with fans to boot. So I do want Christina and Blaze together. NK Rose says, when Stella said write a check for $11,000, I died. I am says Felicia's face And Stella's face when Felicia pulled out her checkbook, I hit the floor. That was funny. Hello there says to I am. Funny thing is, she actually had her checkbook out and asked, who do I make it out to? I almost wet my pants. I was like, okay, just 11,000 is nothing to you, Felicia. Wow, right? And Ann says, daily recap, lady. We all know that Nina didn't do anything wrong with turning in Carly and Drew to the SEC. Carly was guilty. If Carly, Michael, and Josh turned Sonny into the authorities, because he is guilty. Right now, he's also guilty. Right now, but is Nina turning Sonny in? Nina knows he's a mob boss. She hasn't turned him in yet? Oh, because the only reason she turned Carly in, not because she is a upstanding citizen who cuts babies out of people's stomach, is she did it out of jealousy. She didn't do anything wrong. And I even said this in the last time we talked about this. It's the snakish, underhanded way. She's not owning her right. Ned, remember when they were all coming at Ned? He says, Carly and Drew are guilty. I wouldn't have done anything wrong had I turned them in. But I didn't turn them in. And he said, I would own it if I turned them in. That's all we're saying. No, she didn't do anything wrong. But she didn't do it she didn't do it for the right reason at all. So that's what makes it wrong. And then you did it because you wanted to take her daughter away from her. See, that's what makes it wrong. It was her motives that make it wrong. Let's Right now, he's actively dealing guns. We're moving the shipment for pikemen, which was, remember, weapons of mass destruction. Remember, it's the bomb that could blow up a whole city block. So yeah, I know. And he's trying to get out of that. Cyrus also wants to know why Sonny continues to get a pass. Sonny is a sweeter mobster than Cyrus, but they're both mobsters. They both deserve to go to prison. You can't continue to turn a blind eye towards. So I never turn a blind eye towards Sonny, but I like Sonny. Sonny is the token GH mob boss / coffee dealer. Okay, coffee. They have actually never, ever let us know what area of mob bossiness is Sonny in, right? What is it? It's not guns. He hates guns, which I'm surprised he even took the pipe deal. And definitely no drugs. It could possibly, what, organized gambling? I mean, I don't know. They never let us know because they want us to like Sonny Corinthos. And Sabrina says, regarding Michael and his actions towards Nina, Michael is still very young, a very young man who's been through a lot. He killed Claudia Zaccara to protect his mom, who went to jail and got raped. All the women in his life he loved dead, including Nell. Michael loved her until he found out what a horrible person she was. She, like her mother, hates his mother, Carly. He thought his son was dead, only to find out Nell switched him at birth. Then he thought his father was dead, only to find out that Nina knew his father was alive and didn't tell the family. Moving forward, he finds out the woman he loves is Nell's twin and Nina's daughter. His father leaves his mother for Nina, and then she takes his mother's half of the hotel. Yes, he's acting out like he always does, like when he took Avery from Sonny, and this time hiring Dex to, get evidence to turn in to the feds. But like Michael, Oh, but like always, Michael changes his mind. He definitely does. So moving forward, for the love of his father and wife for the love of his father and wife, he starts softening towards Nina, only to find out she is the one who turned in his mother to the SCC. Michael feels like Nina has made a fool of him and she's going to pay. Now, if it was me, I would make her give Carly back her half of the hotel for sure and then fire her. But I digress. Um, but I hope he calms down and he will talk to Willow and they will decide what to do about Nina together. That's what he should do, you know. And bottom line, I don't see any scenario of Nina giving the hotel to Carly back that half and Carly taking it. The only way is if Nina sells her half to Olivia. Remember, Olivia wants to buy. Olivia was gonna buy that half, and Nina beat her to the punch. Nina beat her to the punch. Sonny, let's face it, Sonny was gonna buy it, and Nina did not want Sonny buying that for Carly. So she beat him to the punch too. She never bought it to give it to Carly. No, she did not. She knew the minute she says, here, you can have it. I bought it to give it to you. No, she knew Carly would do like any woman would do, say, you take that and shove it, girl. I ain't taking that from you. So Nina can say, you know, I bought this hotel and I gave it to you. I gave it to you. I gave it to her. No matter what she's done to me, I gave her this hotel. See, no, you wouldn't get that chance. And Ron says Carly is not the one to be messed with. I watched her in the Five Families and she totally took out Cyrus. Nina better not mess with Carly. She will mop the floor with her. I watched those five. Everybody, look, I told you the links. After this recap, go and watch the Five Families again. Then go to the YouTube channel as well. It's actually, I'm looking at it. It's called GH Spoilers Dash YNR Today. That's the name of my new YouTube channel. Getting ready to have a little coffee. Y'all, so look, I'm gonna do a quick, teeny tiny pause so I can cough. Okay, I'm back, but my voice still isn't gonna be, you know, when you start coughing, choking, your eyes start watering, now they look all red. Let's see if I can get through some more of this recap. Lucy says, loving Cody Bell and Sasha Gilmore Corbin. I love them too. I'm actually like them now. Let Their Love Bloom. Remember at first I hated that, but you know what? I liked it because I really wanted Sasha and Chase to get together. They're the best couple. Linda says, what I like about Michael is the fact that he's the father of Nina's grandchildren and he has control, period. I know Willow is Michael's wife, but I think Willow will be in agreement with Michael about the dirty, low downside of Nina. Why does Nina have to be so nasty? Yes, this will cause friction in Michael and Willow's marriage, but in all, Willow will see this is Michael protecting her and the children from Nina. Only if Michael comes clean. You going behind her back, Willow's not going to appreciate that. Sonny may just see Nina's mistakes as just that, mistakes, because Sonny is so much in lust for Nina. Remember, the old Sonny can't be without a beautiful side piece on his arm. Nina, just my opinion. Dacia says Sonny should Michael should let Willow know what's going on and let her know. Then Willow would decide to turn on Nina. Let Willow decide what she wants to do about Nina herself, which is true. If Willow heard the tape recording of Martin says about Nina, Willow will turn against Nina. Her banner, her wait for her to get closer to her. Against Nina, I don't understand that statement. This that's what Michael should do. Don't hide. Let her listen to the tape and let her decide what to do. Yep, that is so true. But you know what, everybody? My voice is actually getting worse here, so I'm not going to be able to finish the last few comments, but great comments, everybody. See, my eyes are still watering. So I'm going to go ahead and I will see everybody Monday for another week of General Hospital. And I guess we're already in November sweeps. So hopefully it will be good.